Mia Local Poultry Farm. Again and again, welcome to another exciting episode of The Farm with Us, where we get to answer all your questions right here in our classroom. Mia Local Poultry Farm is committed and devoted to answering each question you ask about the local poultry, because we believe that through local poultry farming, you can be successful. You can change your status of living. So this is something we have tested. Please don't call me and ask me about other kind of poultry. I only answer questions regarding the local poultry farming. I know some questions are similar, the broilers, the layers, this and that. Many of you call me asking about broilers. Many of you call me asking about different kind of breeds. If I get this broiler and I get this kind of chicken and I meet them, what product can I come up with? I don't want to answer those questions, guys. I want to concentrate, because this is where I did my research. Only local poultry. So I know some of you call, maybe they want to test, maybe you want to. Please, you can test them. You get the broilers, you get the sasso, meet them. Tell us what you come up with. But I will not be able to answer such questions because I don't want to be diverted from what we are doing. So many of you call, many of you send messages. Some are just disturbing us, we know. But of course, we love it when you guys are viewing and you are sending in those comments. You are sending in, please, let's learn. Let's take these classes serious, because trust me, many of you have changed your lives. You have changed your mindset through these classrooms from me, a local poultry farm. So that's why we always advise you to come for farm training. Our farms are located in Chenjojo district along Fort Potro Road in Uganda. Most of you who are not in Uganda, please, you can always send in your questions. If you can make it to Uganda, please come and we learn together. So you guys who have already enrolled into our farm training, I will be bringing you such videos just to motivate you. The boys and girls are doing very good. We have not only boys and girls, but we have ladies and gentlemen there at our farm, and they are coping up very well. They are learning very fast. Most of these things we come and talk about here, they are so doable. Okay? We are not preaching water into wine. No, we are not doing miracles here. So whatever we are talking about, whatever we are teaching you, we have tested it and it has worked for us. So everything we tell you here is out of experience. Okay? Let us not go into so technical, because we don't want to have that difficulties. You know, someone talks of a term, or someone talks of a certain vaccine, or a certain medical cure, you know, the chemical medicines, and you know, it confuses you. You are like, now what is this, what is that? So let's keep everything simple to our own understanding, because we are just layman, you know. Let's keep it to the layman understanding, and that's how we want to do our training. So we are not going to use so many terminologies, you know, those vocabularies, you know, the doctors use, you know, those veterinary doctors use. No, we are going to keep everything simple for you guys. So thank you for watching once again. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, please. Every time you share with a friend, our video reaches so many people and we learn together. At Mia Local Poultry Farm, we give you this for free. We don't charge you for anything. Okay? All this knowledge we give you, we believe it can change your life. And please, when it does, just send us a comment. Send us a WhatsApp. Our numbers are below your screen there, so that we know how much we have impacted you, how much we have changed you, how much you have learned from our lesson. And this will keep motivating us, and will bring more farm trainings and classroom sessions. Now, without wasting a lot of time, let's dive into our question for today. Now, our question for today comes from Jen. Jen in Botswana. Guys in Botswana, we love you so much. We didn't know we have people watching us from all the way in Botswana. We have Rebecca from Namibia. We have Alice from Zimbabwe. We have so many from South Africa. Our beautiful sisters and brothers are in Qatar, in Jordan, in Kuwait, all those Arab nations. We have some guys watching us from Germany. Peter, please, thank you for watching. Every time we upload something, you send us and you tell us you're watching from Germany. That's so wonderful. Whenever you're watching from, I can never forget to thank the guys watching from Uganda. You guys, you're the ones mostly who call us, come to the farm, buy these eggs, buy these local chicken, the 1 day old, and life moves on. So thank you for making us who we are. At Mia Local Poultry Farm, we don't take anything for granted. So Jane, this was your question. Hello Mia Local Poultry Farm. My name is Jane from Botswana. I am a local poultry farmer. However, what is value addition and how can I add value to my local poultry? Okay, very simple question and interesting. What does Jane want to know? Number one, what is value addition? Number two, how can I add value to my local poultry birds? Now, very simple. What is value addition? Value addition simply means adding value to the product you have. Let us not complicate. Let us not go into deep into those terminologies, those English terms that are going to confuse us. No, let us keep it simple. Value addition, it simply means adding value. Okay, I'll give you an example. I have this pen, okay, and I want to sell it. Now I can sell it just as a pen, okay, but if I want to add value to it, maybe I can, since this is Christmas, I can wrap some Christmas ribbons around it and then try to change maybe the color a little bit and just make it look nice, so that someone buying it in this season just looks at it as a Christmas gift. And then I would have added value to this pen. Now if this pen was costing about $2, okay, it's going to cost about $3 or $4, but it is the same pen we are selling. Now I have added value to this pen. Let us not waste a lot of time into the pen and everything. Let's go straight to the local chickens. Now, how can we add value to our birds? Number one, whenever we are talking about local chickens, okay, and we are breeders, remember we have the parent stock. We never touch the parent stock, okay? Those beautiful hens and cocks that are going to give us the eggs and then the baby chicks and everything, we don't touch them. We don't eat them, okay? What do we get from them? We get eggs from them. Now, let's assume we have birds that can give us about 120 eggs. We're just taking in a number, or let's say 150 eggs. Now, if we are collecting 150 eggs in a day, these eggs are just coming out of the birds. Now, these eggs we have not added any value to it. Just a mere chicken laying an egg, okay, and you collect, okay, reach a number of 150 and sell them off. Now, when we sell these eggs off, the only place or the only market we can sell them to is for consumption or for eating. Mark my words very well. The only market that we are going to sell these eggs is the consumption market. Those of you who are going to make Rolex, in Uganda we make Rolex, we roll some eggs in a chapati and it's so delicious. So those of you who are making Rolex, those of you who want to eat eggs maybe in the morning, maybe in the afternoon, those of you who have hotels, those of you who bake, I have my sisters who make cakes, bread and so on. Now, that is the consumption. What does this mean? This egg is going to be eaten. Now, that is the only market that you're going to sell your eggs to. Okay? Now, remember we have not added any value to our 150 eggs. And we say the only market we are going to sell them to is the consumption market. Now, let's do a very small calculation. We have 150 eggs. Okay? How many trays are these? Each tray has 30 eggs. Now that means if I collect 150 eggs in a day, I'm going to be collecting 5 trays in a day. Now 5 trays in a day, each tray in Uganda, it costs 10,000 shillings. If you have not added any value, just a mere egg. These eggs that we buy from a shop, you know, that's what I call mere eggs. It has no value added to it. Now, if you're collecting 5 trays, it's just like these guys who do layers. Because every time you collect these eggs, they are for consumption. You cannot make babies, you cannot do anything else with these eggs. You have to sell them in the consumption market. So, likewise, our local chickens have given us 150 eggs, okay, per day. And since there is no value added to them, we are going to sell them as the layers eggs in the consumption market. Now, let me not waste a lot of time in that. Our calculations back, we said we are getting 5 trays every day from the 150 eggs. Now, each tray costs 10,000 shillings. So that means every day you're going to be getting 50,000 shillings after selling them. Now, what is 50,000 shillings? Let me convert this to dollar very fast for our brothers and sisters who are not in Uganda. 150 eggs, those are 5 trays. Now, each tray in Uganda, it costs 10,000 shillings. That is $3. That means $3 times 5 trays, you're going to be earning $15. Okay, 15 USDs. Okay, so out of the 150 eggs you're collecting every day, in Uganda shillings, you're going to be collecting 50,000 shillings, and that is $15 in the other currency. So you guys, you can convert for yourselves and then back to your local currency. Now, that is the eggs without any value addition. Now, let's first put the first value to our eggs and see how much you can get from these eggs if we decide to add the first level of value to them. Now, I always tell you, the real first level of value you can add to the local eggs that no one is going to do. Those guys doing layers, they cannot do this. What is this? You are going to get cocks and fertilize these eggs. So, just get cocks, put them. We don't want to go into so much details, how many cocks you need. We have made so many videos. I'll try to put some links, I think, up here to show you how many cocks you need for how many hens. And in case you don't watch that video, you can send that question. We shall do the calculations for you. So, you're going to get cocks and put them in your stock. Now, these cocks are going to fertilize your eggs. Now, when they fertilize, of course, they will fertilize the eggs through the hens by mounting the hens. Now, let's assume all the 150 eggs have been fertilized. Okay, that is value added number 1. Now, each egg that we have been selling, each tray of egg that we have been selling at 10,000 shillings, okay, the lowest you can sell it if they are fertilized is 30,000 shillings. Some of you sell at 35, some of you sell at 40,000 shillings, but I'm going to keep it low, okay, for someone who doesn't have so many clients, someone who is just still attracting clients. Okay, now you're going to sell this tray of egg at 30,000 shillings. Remember, the other person sold it at 10,000 shillings. Now, when you sell this tray of eggs at 30,000 shillings, how much money is that in dollars? 30,000 shillings is $9. Okay, now if you are collecting 5 trays of eggs and each one is 30,000 shillings, you are going to be getting, you guessed it right, 30,000 shillings times 5. It's going to give you 150,000 shillings. How much is that in dollars? That's going to be $9 times 5. I think we're going to have 45 US dollars. I hope my mathematics is right there. So in dollars, you're going to have $45. And in shillings, you're going to have 150 shillings, 150,000 shillings. Guys, we have just added the first level of value. And at first, we were selling the 5 trays at 50,000 shillings. Now we are getting 150,000 shillings. That is 3 times more. Okay? 3 times more the money we got from the eggs that we didn't add value to. So already the first stage you have left the guys who are doing layers by far, because layers it's simply eating. You cannot fertilize the layers eggs. It's impossible. So the first stage has been added to the eggs, and we are getting times 3 what the person who is rearing layers is going to earn. Let's add the value number 2 to the fertilized eggs now. Now, assuming you don't sell these eggs, the 150 eggs that are fertilized, now we have added the first value. Now, the 150 eggs that are fertilized. Okay? So, let's just get my... So, assuming we are going to add value on these eggs, what do we come up with? What do we get? Okay? Now, we are going to add value number 2. After the first value addition, we're going to add the second level of value to our fertilized eggs. Now, someone will call you, I want to buy those eggs, and you're going to tell him, I'm not selling. I want to add more value to my eggs and make more money. Now, let's get the 150 eggs and put them in an incubator. Now, when we put them in an incubator, okay, we are going to hatch chicks out of the 150 eggs. Now, remember, don't forget, when you put there 150 eggs, you're not going to get 150 chicks. Why? Different incubators have different hatchability percentages. Okay? The percentage of the hatchability can be either low or high, depending on where you're going to hatch from. Now, some of these eggs, maybe they were not fertilized. Some of them, maybe they're going to come up with weak chickens. So let's assume out of the 150 eggs, let's assume we have lost 20 eggs and we have got 130 chicks out of the 150 eggs that we are collecting every day. Don't forget, whatever we are calculating is money we are getting on a daily basis. So if it's a month, multiply by 30. If you want to calculate for a week, multiply by 7. Now, we have just said, let's assume we have lost 20 eggs and we have come up with 130 chicks. Now, these chicks, each one you're going to sell it at least 2,500 shillings. If you come at me at Local Poultry Farm, we sell each chick at 3,000 shillings. We don't go below 3,000. But now I'm talking to you who is just starting. Okay? You are still pulling the clients to come to you so that they can test your products. Already our products are tested. We have the clients in place and we are serving them and they're comfortable with our prices. But let's assume you don't have the clients, so you bring your price down. Now, if you're selling the 130 chicks, okay, times 2,500 shillings, we are coming up, guys, look at this. Look at this. We are coming up with 325,000 shillings. Guys, remember the first stage you got 50,000 shillings. The eggs that are not fertilized, the eggs that are not value added. Then we added the value and we fertilized them, we came up with 150,000 shillings. Now we add value number 2 by hatching the chicks, and we come up with 325,000 shillings. How much money is this in dollars? I will just do a simple calculation here. Okay. So it is 92. Okay. It's $92. Guys, I think this is becoming more interesting, right? At first, without adding any value to our eggs, now when we talk of the foreign currency, the dollars, we came up with $9 from the 150. It was 3 times 5, which is 15. At first, it was $15 from the 150 eggs. Okay? Now, when we added the first stage of value, we came up with $45. Now, that is after fertilizing the hens. Now, after incubating or hatching the chicks, we come from the same number of eggs, 150 eggs. Okay? We come up with $92, which is equivalent to 325,000 shillings. Guys, should we stop here or should we continue? Because this is already good by far. If you're earning 325,000 shillings out of the 150 eggs, what else do you need? Okay? Remember, the guy who is rearing layers cannot add any value. So for him, he's going to stick to the 50,000 shillings or the $15 he's going to earn per day. But for you, on the second level of value addition, you are multiplying, I don't know by like how many times, I think by about 6.5 times what he's getting per day. So should we continue? I think let's add just one more step, because there are so many steps you can add. You keep adding and you're going to get insane. Okay, let's add just one step. Now, the first step was fertilizing. The second step was hatching. Now, let's go to the third step, brooding. Okay, this is going to, I think we shall stop there, but if you guys need, you can send in more comments and I will keep adding value, and you see how beautiful it gets. How local poultry farming is an answer to your questions. Now, the third step we are talking of, brooding. Now, what is brooding? Brooding, it means getting these the hatched chicks, these one-day-old chicks, okay? Put them in a small house, small room called a brooder, okay? Feed these chicks, and up to about 1 month, and by 1 month, we believe now these chicks are a little bit mature. They don't need their mother anymore. They can survive on their own, okay? Now, let's brood these chicks for 1 month. These chicks collected in 1 day from the 150 eggs. Now, we said from the brooder, we are picking, because we lost 20 eggs, we are picking 130 chicks. Now, if you put all the 130 chicks, put them in a brooder, brood them for 1 month, okay? The 130 chicks, you are going to sell each chick at 10,000 Ugandan shillings. Guys, 10,000 Ugandan shillings. Now, if you're selling 130 chicks that you have brooded in your brooder, that is going to be how much money? That is going to be 1,300,000 shillings collected in a single day. How much money is that in dollars? That is going to be 130 times 10,000 shillings, and then we divide by the dollar rate. we are going to come up with $370. Guys, 1.3 million or 370 US dollars. This is what we get when we add value number 3 to our chicks. Now, at this stage, after brooding, I told you this is where we have most clients, because everyone is looking for these 1-month-old chicks. Why? They are fearing to do the brooding, because most of you think brooding means sleeping in a brooder, you don't sleep, every time you're worrying about this thing. It's just like when you deliver to your baby, you sleep, okay? You know the baby can disturb in the middle of the night. Sometimes the baby is crying, sometimes this, sometimes that. You wake up, tend to the baby, but you go back and sleep. So you do this for 1 month now. That's what most of the people are fearing. Do it for them because you are a local poultry breeder. Then do this for your clients. Brood these chicks up to 1 month. Sell this chick. You're going to sell each chick at $3 or $3.50. Now, the 130 chicks are going to make for you $370. This is money collected in 1 single day. I mean, from the eggs that you collected in 1 single day. Guys, do you still want me to add more value to your eggs? Do you still want me to tell you how you can add value to your local poultry? Okay? If you need that, please just send a message on our WhatsApp. Send a message on your in our comment on our channel. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, to share with your friends. Let's all learn. I will take you very fast from where we came from up to where we are. Okay? First stage, we sold our eggs without adding value to them. So they were like the eggs from the layer or the layers birds. Okay? And in Uganda shillings, we sold them at 50,000 shillings. That is 5 trays. And in dollars, we got about 15 US dollars. Okay? We went to add value number 1 by fertilizing our eggs. Okay? We got 325,000. Okay? When we sold them as eggs that are fertilized, and in dollars, we got 45 USD. Okay, now we went to add value number 2 to these fertilized eggs by hatching them. And how much money did we get? We got we got 325,000 shillings. Okay, and that was $92. Are we together? Now we went to add value number 3. Now this is brooding these birds up to 1 month, and we sold them as 1-month-old chicks. Those of you who want to rear, and I told you it's very easy to do marketing for these 1-month chicks. Even the market is even more than the market of the guys who need the eggs or the fertilized eggs. And this is where we are getting a lot of money. And what did we come up with? We came up with 1.3 million Ugandan shillings, which is 370 US dollars. Guys, I didn't want this video to be too long. I can see already I'm in about 30 minutes or something, but I think I'll need to stop here. But before I say bye-bye, you guys, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. In case we don't get to upload any video before then, but we will try. I know this is a Christmas season. The farm is so busy. Many of you are calling us asking for those Christmas orders. Guys, we have all the birds you need. We have all the male birds, the female birds, we have the eggs. We have everything you need. Just keep calling our numbers and we shall serve you like we have always served you. Cannot forget, you guys who need to come to the farm to do farm training, please. Our numbers are below there. just send in a WhatsApp message, send in a normal text, call those numbers, and we shall get back to you. Please, if you need to, you have a question, please send in that question through either WhatsApp, or even if you just send a comment, we shall endeavor to respond to you. If in case you need us to make a video, we shall always come and clarify whatever you want to know or whatever you want to understand in a video. But for now, guys, I wish you a Merry Christmas. I think this is the second time I'm wishing you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We love you so much. You guys have been so wonderful this year. 2025, we have done a lot. We have done a lot in 2025. We believe 2026 is going to be much better. We believe we are going to touch so many hearts. We're going to touch so many people in 2026. And we pray to the Almighty God to give us that wisdom and guidance, and bless the works of your hands, bless the work of our hands, and we be successful. I don't want to see anyone crying of poverty in 2026. I don't want to preach, but I want to teach through experience. So this is not all about preaching. I'm not going to tell you that you sit at home, God is going to bless. No. Okay? God will bless you after starting up that local poultry farm that you have always wished to start. And I always tell you that if you want to start tomorrow, then you'll never start. Start with what you have. Okay? Start with what you have and you take it on from there. But before you start, please get that farm training. Wherever you can get it, so long as they are genuine people. Even if you don't come to our farms, get that basic farm training and knowledge, and then get to know what you want to do. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.